This is the Dewalt DCS391 circular saw. About a year ago, I did a review of this circular saw. It was a short one. The gist of what I love about this saw can be told in 4 seconds. The best feature of this saw for me is the stop. Let me show you what I mean. Look how fast that blade stops. It stops almost instantly. That's a great safety feature. You can't beat that. And that's the main reason why, for me, this is my keeper. So if you're here looking for a reason to buy this saw, that's it. You can already stop the video. That electronic brake is what sold me on this. Apart from the fact that it is, of course, a Dewalt. Having said that, that's not all that is good about this saw, but it's also not to say that it isn't without its shortcomings. As I said, about a year ago I did a review on this circular saw, and at that time I had a smaller Ryobi circular saw that I kept on my Craig rip cut. I kept this unit loose for all other cuts. I have since sold that Ryobi circular saw and bought a Makita track saw, so I don't use that Craig rip cut much nowadays. I also bought this monster, the Dewalt Flexvolt Circular Saw. This thing has got a lot of power, more than I'll ever need, and is substantially more expensive than the DCS391. So outside of that brake, what else do I like and don't like? Let's start with the don'ts. First, the dust port. I actually already said this in that earlier video, but the dust port of this really feels like an afterthought. It's located all the way back here in a place where it's really only in a position to pick up what's been left behind. Usually, dust ports are located in a spot in the tool where you expect most of the dust to come through, which is usually closer to the blade. Now that's really all I can think of in terms of what I don't like about it. Maybe the one other thing I don't like about it, and it's not really fair for the tool, but it is an older model. I don't think this is a brushless tool, and it's been out for a long time. I believe since 2018 or 2019. Having said that, sometimes the only reason a product sticks around for that long is because it's a good one. Okay, so on to the things about this tool I like. Number one, it has the blade on the left side, which makes it friendlier to a right-handed person like me. Again, this ultimately boils down to preference, but I prefer a circular saw that has the blade on the left. That way when I'm cutting, I feel like I can see the cut line better. However, my Flexvolt circular saw has the blade on the right. And initially, I thought that would bug me, but it actually doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I've found that I'm now torn because when you cut with this, I find I usually put both my hands on the tool and tend to stay more on top of it, which makes me feel like I have more control. The other thing I like about the DCS391 is the quick depth guide adjustment. There was a time when depth guide adjustment knobs had to be turned multiple times to tighten and loosen. Nowadays, most circular saws have this style where it's a quick turn to loosen and tighten. There's also the onboard blade change tool. Again, this should be pretty standard with most circular saws, so not sure if this really counts. I wouldn't trust a circular saw that doesn't have onboard storage to loosen the blade. Finally, did I mention this was a Dewalt? Again, there's bias here because if you're not new to the channel, you already know I'm invested in the Dewalt line, so always consider that when you watch these types of reviews. Having said this, I try to stay as honest as I can and believe that part of staying true to this is to be transparent on my own biases. So take from this what you will. In my biased opinion, this is a really good tool to have in your arsenal. Move here, say hello.
Hello.